in game 3.
Matthew Hoey, Open Series regular Chicago area player. I believe on the top 100 of our standings, but
yeah, has been a little silent on the tour in the last year, but you know, known to be playing Stoneblade and Legacy at every tournament. And we'll see. Right now, it looks like he is attempting to pack rat out his Bant opponent. You look at the graveyard. There's been a pair of Sign and Bloods, a Duress, and a Thoughtseize on Hoey's side. He's done a lot of damage. Looks like he's taken out some Dissolves in the Sphinx's Rev.
Now, unlike the Bant control list we had on camera earlier, this is a control list. I mean, this is one copy of Faith Link, a ton of Planeswalkers, 4 Supreme Verdicts in the main deck. This is like an Esper deck that plays green instead of black.
Yeah, no Sylvan Carrot. Sometimes you go on Carroted to, you know, if you're playing so many 4-mana Planeswalkers, you want to play a Farseek at any cost, so they play it. But Hoey doesn't. He's just, it is a blue-white control deck with Kiora.
Yeah.
And just got a Scryland there. Looks like Aaron's in a somewhat safe spot. You always have to be careful with cards like Pack Rat. It's an interesting game. So, because if you're Hoey, you know that Aaron has Detention Spheres. So you don't want to just make a bunch of Pack Rats. But what you can do is like leave out 2 Pack Rats, allow yourself to get 2 for 1, and then leave up 6 mana. So if at any point Aaron doesn't immediately Detention Sphere Pack Rats, you'd be like, well, end step make 2 more, untap make 2 more, swing for 24.
It's all about trying to apply pressure and threaten the ability to do something really destructive.
But don't spend the cards.
But don't spend the cards.
And a 3rd Sign in Blood for Hoey. I'm actually interested. So what Hoey's done with his mono black list, he's playing both Night Veils and Life Banes. He's cut down to 3 Gray Merchants, and he's running 4 Sign in Blood and no Underworld connections.
No Underworld connections is very interesting, although I guess he has a lot of 3-drops at this point. And I like cutting a Gray Merchant quite a bit.
Yeah, he has Underworld connections out of the sideboard. I was going to say, man, in a control matchup, no Underworld connections. Like, as a control player, if you told me that my mono black opponent had cut all his Underworld connections, I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that. Like, sure, give him a Divination. Yeah, that's fine.
But once you are de-emphasizing Gray Merchant a little bit, Underworld Connections versus Sign in Blood becomes way more reasonable to play with Sign in Blood, especially when you have so many 3s in your deck. Now Hoey's curve is turn 2 Sign in Blood, turn 3, cast a 3-drop.
My guess is that Sign in Blood is better in every matchup that's not Revelation.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I like getting away from Gray Merchant a little bit. I think it's the most overrated card in the deck by a lot.
Well, the body's not very relevant.
It's really, really good in the mirror match. That's the most important card in the mirror in a lot of respects, but there's a lot of matchups where it's just a piece of nonsense.
It's not even the most important card in the mirror. It's like this card that wins the game, and it's like pretty good, but you know, there's still, it's hard to say that one card, the mirror's a weird cookie, and I don't know. So it looks like these Pack Rats, these foil Pack Rats in play, Hoey's using as Pack Rat tokens, by the way.
Okay. In some respects, I like using that better than the actual rat tokens because the rat tokens aren't super clear.
Right. And the rat tokens...
At least Hoey's tokens indicate the mana cost because that's confusing.
And the rat tokens are Ogre Slumlord tokens. Let's be realistic here.
Sure.
Get a point if you immediately knew what Ogre Slumlord was.
The oft-forgotten Ogre Slumlord.
There's rats in that
Return
slum.
to Ravnica, right?
Gate Crash.
Gate Crash, okay.
Yeah. He's real good in draft, too. What's it? He gives your stuff Death Touch, and when a creature dies, you get a rat?
Nice.
Yeah, it's a 3/3 for 5. That part's not so nice.
So this is a spot where Aaron has ripped Revelation, but because Hoey's done such a good job of navigating the Pack Rat game, he can't even tap out for Revelation. In fact, he may just have to rev for 2 and hope to find Detention Sphere.
Oh, that's so not where I want to be as a control player. But you're absolutely right. Hoey with 3 rats, he's got a lethal swing here. You should just Aetherize the Pack Rats.
Aetherize is pretty good against Pack Rat.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier how, you know, Aether Spouts, Aetherize, those are good.
Aether effects.
Well, not Aetherling.
Aetherling is not very good against Pack Rat.
Right. But the other, yeah, the other ones are very good. All right, so Hoey's got 3 here. He's threatening lethal next turn. Aaron, you said did draw Sphinx's Revelation, but he cannot do it for much here. He's playing 3 Detention Sphere, 2 Banishing Light.
So he's revving for 1. I guess to also potentially find Supreme Verdict, but doesn't find it.
So, yeah, he had the option. He can rev for 2 to find 2 cards and 3 outs, or he can go 1 card and how many Supreme Verdicts does he have?
4.
4. Okay, 1 card and 7 outs. All right, I'm with 1. All right, I like it.
You like revving for 1 there?
Yeah, I like revving for 1.